coming into his second year, making some plays. But then you got JJ and you got Shiloh also coming along and learning the system.
Go out there on that block, go ahead and cover a LeJontay Wester. He gonna be flown in every. Shiloh Sanders is one of my favorite stories in the NFL, but it seems like it might be coming to an end because NFL insiders are pointing out why he will not make the Buccaneers. Now, we've made a few videos talking about Shiloh Sanders and what he can do to make the team, and the fact that he's been doing everything to make the team. It seems like the community loves him, his teams love him. Anton Winfield is singing his praises, as well as head coach Todd Bowles has shouted him out as making an impact when it comes to his leadership abilities as well as understanding the playbook. But does that mean he'll make the team as an undrafted free agent? I have no idea. So what we're going to do is read this little article here from the Pewter Plank. We're going to see what it really means, as well as, I think more importantly, while this is all going, I want y'all to realize Shiloh Sanders is grinding. Shiloh Sanders is putting in that work. So after it's all said and done, you know, we've made videos about LeJontay, about Jimmy. We've made videos about Shiloh Sanders doing these things. So before I even read this article, right, and we're going to come back, we're going to watch this video, we're going to check it out, we're going to have a good time. I want it to be pointed out, and I always do this. I always go to his channel too, because I want to make sure I point this out. That because, you know, people talk about, you know, what's documented and what's documented, cameras too much. What has been documented is him grinding, working. This is him with his teammates, him at the facility, him getting more associated with Tampa, right? Off day grind, pre-time grind. Like, so with all the things that are being said, I do want it to be pointed out that this man is in, I think he's in Florida. I want to make sure he's in Florida. He's in that Tampa Heat, I'm assuming. In that Tampa Heat, full pads on, boy. Now he's in what we like to call shells, because he don't got his pants on. Y'all know the pants is what makes it real hot. But so he's in shells. He's got helmet. He's got sleeves. He got the gloves out. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's feeling nice. The diamond cutters. You feel me? And he's getting after it. So before we even get into that, I want to make sure, because all these videos I've been documenting, right? I've been documenting the fact that every step of the way, while people are calling Shiloh Sanders overrated or this or that or a Nepo baby, it seems that the only thing that he knows is grind. So we're gonna get to that video at the end and watch him put that work in. So let's hear what the NFL Insider, and again, another AI account. Y'all know I like to, you know, shout out these AI accounts. Fans in shock after Shiloh Sanders projected to be cut before training camp. Hey, buddy, I'm probably gonna steal your title. This is probably what the title is gonna be. You feel me? It's probably just going to be Shiloh Sanders. Actually, I'm going to steal it right now. Shiloh Sanders. Let's get into it. 2 reasons why Shiloh Sanders won't make the Buccaneers roster. As we approach the start of the training camp, one of the biggest storylines to follow revolves around a rookie who didn't even get drafted. Shiloh Sanders was among the most famous undrafted free agent signings of the last few years, and so far, he subverted expectations by putting together a solid case for making the final roster. Whether or not that actually happens will be determined by what happens next month. Even if Sanders continues to prove himself at Bucs camp, the biggest factor working against him might be entirely out of his control. 2 key reasons would prevent Shiloh Sanders from making the Buccaneers' final roster. Buccaneers insider Scott Reynolds pointed out a pretty good reason why Sanders might find himself in the wrong side of the roster bubble. It's not that the rookie isn't talented or well-liked in the building, because he's well-liked in the building. It's that he's not the only player in that category, and this is what we talked about a few weeks ago. They're going to talk about, it's a Marshall safety who's about the same build and does some of the similar things as him, but he's a lot more explosive. He has a lot more speed, and game tape-wise, it feels like the Buccaneers are a lot more impressed by him, but we'll continue on, right? J.J. Roberts was also an undrafted free agent this season, but is one who has few key things Sanders doesn't. Robert had a draftable grade, unlike Sanders, and was in for an official 30 visit prior to the draft, whereas Sanders was not, Reynolds wrote. Plus, the team also gave him hundreds of thousands of dollars in guaranteed money that Sanders didn't get. That's also specific. He had a special undrafted free agent contract, which I think is great and all, and I think that does show a level of commitment from the team, but I don't think that insinuates Shiloh's inability, because I think that, you know, why don't you just cut him and just have the cheaper player that is more hungry and more willing to prove. And on top of that, special teams is always a thing. So, but let's hear it. So the last part is a big one, as the Bucs are already financially invested in Roberts being a part of the safety rotation next season, he showed a ton of potential while on Marshall. And getting him in the same room as Antoine Winfield Jr. feels like a winning strategy for helping him develop into another late-round jewel in Jason Licht's draft crown. A quick look at his tape makes it even harder to argue against him. He's a dog. He can play. He can fly around. Like I said, we talked about in that other video. He's a real deal problem for Shiloh Sanders. The Bucs are thin at safety, which is why Sanders still has a chance. And this is why I was about to point this out too and bring up the videos. And because they're bringing it up anyway, Todd Bowles talked about it. As much as it might be grim to say, oh my God, there's this player who's a little faster, bigger, stronger, was more highly touted than Sanders coming out, specifically on that same position. Two things: you don't only just sign starters. It's not just 22 players on the team. So you need backups. And guess what? Safety is 2. And if you count nickelback, safety is 3 players that you need 3 backups for, right? You know what I'm saying? So not only that, then you set aside that special teams is still a thing. And I definitely know Shiloh's not going to be afraid of special teams. He was headache game. You know what I mean? So like, I think if anyone was built for that, you get a cheap player that can do that and is willing to do that. But the Bucs are thin at safety, which is why Sanders still has a chance to make the roster, even if Robert does as well. Sanders also has a potential path to 53-man spot through special teams, but at the very least, it feels like he'll be offered a spot on Tampa Bay's practice squad if he ends up getting cut. Roberts, on the other hand, seems to be in the driver's seat heading into training camp for what feels like the last seat in the safety room. Last year, the Bucs carried 4 safeties into week 1, and spots are already filled by Winfield Jr., Tyke Smith, and likely Kayvon Merriweather. Now, we heard Todd Bowles say,
that's fine.
All of them. You got Tyke, you got Parrish, you got JJ, you got Zion. Depending on how the team shakes out and what kind of mix we have, they're all different type of players. You got Izzy. We got a bunch of nickels right now. We need safeties and corners. We got about 4 or 5 guys that can fill that nickel role.
So, and that's something I also didn't think, because really, right, you have a scenario where, because I don't want to just sum up, because I kind of said like the nickel position, the safeties, having that, but you're gonna have cornerbacks, trying to vie for that nickel back as well. But the way that he's talking about it, right, is almost as if the conversation is a lot more open than it seems. And not only is it open, but we have players who aren't even showing that they can play true safety. Now, again, the pads haven't been put on, but if you're saying that you have a bunch of nickels and a bunch of guys that can do this stuff, but you're not happy with it, I think the door would be a lot. I would be a lot sadder, or a lot more like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You got to accept this. If right here he's already talking about, hey man, JJ Roberts just flying around. We got a true safety. We're looking for a nickel, right? We're looking for that guy that can kind of pull in there, or maybe a guy who can bolster. But it seems that he's very up in the air about it. And again, pads haven't been put on, so we'll see what happens. And then this is more to just how, again, the head coach feels about Shiloh Sanders. So we read how the people on the outside feel. Todd Bowles, how he feels about Shiloh Sanders.
Like the rest of the safeties, he's very intelligent. He's very loud. You can hear him today making calls and everything. So he got a good grasp of things day one. There was about 3 or 4 of them that did. He was one of them. But you got to make plays in pads, obviously. That's what it comes down to, knowing what to do and then doing it consistently and constantly getting better every day.
Got to do it in the pad. So not only is he being asked about him, but clearly he's made an impact, right? And that impact, I think, is going to be a large one that's going to continue on. So for as many people who want to say, what's it called? For as many people who want, oh sorry, I clicked on that. For as many people who want to say, he can't make it or he won't make it. And look, there's a possibility that he won't make it. That is real deal possibility, right? I think when you stack everything, I think it's as open in the air as possible, right? You have head coach Todd Bowles, who's not only impressed and marred by him. You don't only have the community. You don't only have the veterans and Antoine Winfield Jr. saying positive things, but then on top of that, to back it up, you have Shiloh Sanders still putting in that work. So we're going to watch just a little bit of this and get up out of there. I just want to watch like 5 minutes of him just putting in that work and kind of discuss either what we see, because, we made videos obviously about all the Sanders, and, I talked about Shador, and with Shador, what stuck out to me is that it seems like the top half of his arm motion has been improved, right? He took those little intricate things and say, how can I get more velocity? How can I get more whip with an NFL ball? And I think he's really implemented that. With Shiloh Sanders, it seems that the feet are really where his focus are, because not only are they quick, not only are they explosive, but again, his focus on them. I can tell when someone is deliberate on how people do drills, right? What are you drilling on, and how are you feeling in those drills? What are you insinuating? What are you exaggerating, right? If you've ever played football, they exaggerate the drill, you know what I'm saying? Because then when you do it, it'll feel that much better. It'll feel that much more explosive, X, Y, Z. So I think that, seeing him and his footwork kind of improve, what that shows me is that he wants to be a utility belt type of player, right? He's not just saying, hey, I'm just who I am from college, and that is what it is. You either take it or leave it. Rather, he's going to add more dimensions to his game, right? If you're going to compete for that nickel position, if you're going to compete and try to go ahead and cover both slot players as well as tight ends, your feet work has to be elite. You have to be a lateral demon. It's not like playing outside corner. It's not like playing middle of the field safety. It's not like playing in the box safety, right? Where, I know there's some similarities, and sometimes you can, as a box safety, get matched up on the slot guy. Right, it's a whole different ball game when I'm gonna ask you as the nickel guy, if that's what he wants to do. Hey, go out there on that block and go ahead and cover a LeJontay Wester. You know what I'm saying? Go cover Jimmy Horn right now in the slot. Let's make it happen. He gonna be flown and everything. You're gonna have to make it work. You're gonna have to make it work. So again, back to what's going on behind me. Back to the screen, right? We're seeing him in this heat. I think that's important. I think it's important to understand that he's in the heat. He's got the long sleeve, not just long sleeve, the black long sleeve, making sure that boy sweat. He's got the pads. He's got the helmet on, right? No one. Oh wait. What's he gonna say to the people? What you gotta say to the people? What you gonna say? What you gonna say to us, man? What you gonna say?
Nice day of work out here in the sun in Tampa.
Not bad.
Getting ready for training camp. Let's get it. It's the hottest part of the day right now. It's like 5 p.m. Just got done raining, so you already know. If you're from Florida, you already know what it's feeling like.
Human, boy.
All right, y'all. After some conditioning, come with me.
Hey.
I'm about to take y'all somewhere special.
Okay, now Shiloh been killing it.
This is one of me and Dom's favorite places. We be going here all the time. Yeah, y'all. This a pretty sunny day out here today. But the most you can be out in the sun, in this heat, the more prepared you're gonna get when camp comes around, you know what I'm saying? The name of this place, hey y'all, if y'all see this, give me like a discount or something, or some free juice. The name of this place is called Clean Juice. This is where we'll be coming to get the best juice.
Yeah, baby.
How y'all doing? How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Can I get pineapple juice mixed with apple juice?
Yeah. Do you want to create your own?
Yeah. Pineapple juice, apple juice, kale, lemon. There's one more juice I got. What other type of juice I got? It's pineapple, and orange juice.
Okay. I'll have that right after.
Just 2 of those, large please.
Okay. Okay. Repeat it to me and I'll make sure I have everything.
Tell me what you got.
Pineapple, kale, orange, lemon, apple. Is that it? And then 2 large. Done.
What?
And can I have a name for the order?
Dom, D-O-M.
3086 whenever you're ready.
Dang.
I know.
3086.
$30 for
I know, right? Okay, how's 15?
That's perfect.
Yeah, that should be perfect.
I'll come here every day with that.
All right.
Hey.
All right.
Yo, I'm trying to tell y'all, the people love Shiloh, man. It's just that he's getting 50% off his name.
All right, y'all. This is what it look like right here.
That looks crazy.
Apple juice, pineapple juice, kale, lemon.
He already forgot what he ordered,
all mixed
dog.
together. And they gave me a good
What you
discount
got?
here. Shout out to Clean Juice.
Hey, man, Clean Juice getting that good promo, man. Clean Juice is getting that. What is this? What is that? Shout out to Arch Manning. Anyway, yeah, man, let's close this video out. Let's close this video out, man. Shiloh Sanders is doing everything in his power. Again, like I said,
you're gonna be the steal. The steal. You're gonna be the steal. This is the steal, baby. This is the steal. We stole Shiloh. Well, I'm telling you what, we stole it. I'm telling you what.
Yeah!
Back to back to back to back to back. And
Yeah!
Can't nobody stop us. We got Shiloh. Shut down. Lock down, baby.
Yeah! Anyway, that's how you gotta feel listening to something like that. That's how you gotta feel. Shiloh's the man of the people. He's the man of the Tampa Bay City. Sorry, I'm too tired. I'm late night recording this. Y'all be great. Y'all be phenomenal. Shiloh Sanders, do you think he's going to make the Buccaneers? Do you think he's a practice squad guy? Do you think he's a special teams guy? Let me know down below in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy football content of all shapes, sizes, form, fashions, and everything else in between. Continue to be great. Be phenomenal. It was NAW.